Hello, citizens of the planet. Welcome back to Monday Musings with Larry Lelli. And this past week, I was freelancing. I still play around at different shows, even while I have my own show, which is Cagney at the West Side Theater. Come and see us. It's a really, really great show if you're a fan of Jimmy Cagney or of great tap dancing, because we have a phenomenal cast. Killing it. But anyway, I will freelance at other shows around town when I can. And I had an experience this past week that I wanted to share with everybody. Everybody's human, and we all make mistakes, and I made a mistake this past week, which ended up not being a big deal, luckily. But because I was kind of new with the setup, and it was dark, and things are placed a little funky within the setup, one of my jobs is to start a click track for the song that we play with, just to make sure that the tempo is exactly the same from night to night. A few of the songs have click tracks on them. It's a very common thing here in New York. And I just wasn't, quite exactly comfortable with where the click track trigger was. And I thought I knew where it was, and I thought I was covering it, but when it was time for me to start the click track, I swung at it and missed it. I missed the pad because it was just out of my peripheral vision, and I was paying more attention to the conductor, and I thought I kind of had it in my body, but I didn't, and I missed the pad. So the click didn't start, which didn't cause any, kind of physical emergency, like someone was going to get hurt or something. It wasn't actually, nothing is on the click track. It's just simply a metronome so that we all play as the band at a steady tempo for the entire song. But what we all learned, what I learned is that when I swung at it and missed it, and went like that and almost fell off the drum throne because I didn't feel the contact of hitting it, then I had to immediately think. I had basically 2 beats to figure out what to do. And luckily, I just got my wits about me quickly enough, and I reset the trigger and the click along with the downbeat of the song so that I started with the conductor and with the rest of the rhythm section. Those of us who were watching the conductor, but what we found out is there were a few people in the orchestra who weren't watching the conductor and were just waiting for the click track to sound, and then they would start playing. And so I don't know how many people played and how many people didn't, because it was kind of a scary moment for everybody because what was supposed to happen didn't happen. But it was very interesting to experience that and to figure out how to get out of it in a second without anybody hopefully being the wiser. And luckily we did that. I felt awful about it. Luckily everybody else thought it was really funny and was laughing at me, which eventually I am now too, because it was funny. But, it's just one of those things. We're all human, and we all will make a mistake from time to time. And it's all about, the moral of this whole musing is, it's how do you get out of the mistake once you've made a mistake? And that's kind of where the rubber hits the road, if you know that expression. You're going to make a mistake at some point. It's how you recover from it. And luckily, everybody in the band, myself included, were able to recover from it right away. So there was no emergency. Anyway, that's my musing for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you next week.